Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is Mark Reese coming to you live from Northern Virginia. We are talking about I'll commit until the end of your money. The things I'm going to be discussing tonight goes from man to woman and woman to man. I'm just going to be telling you from a man's perspective because I am a man. But I say again, this goes from man to woman and woman to man. So I'm going to be...
Mark Vincent or nephew Mark Vincent.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. We on live on YouTube. We're talking about I'll commit until the end of your money. It sounds funny, but it's serious business because, as you know, as well as I do, it's a lot of women out there that are hitting brothers up for the bag without even thinking twice about it. So I was just in the midst of my introduction about the title of tonight, but I'm going to give it from my perspective because I've been through it and I lived through it. But at the same time, it can help someone behind me, meaning the younger men who haven't been educated, so to speak, or experienced with the type of experience that I've been through and you've been through. Every man been through something, but every man been through it and got through it differently. So everybody got a different perspective. So my perspective on it is when it happens, it doesn't feel like a blessing, but it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing. One's rejection is God's protection. So when a woman is after the bag, you can smell it. Now, I know I can. At 53 years old, I can smell it just like that. Now, when I was 26 years old, I'm chasing booty. I'm chasing the woman that's pretty, all of that superficial stuff. Now, at 53, I still love that stuff, but I can control myself. You see? So that controlling of self is essential. Go ahead, speak.
Yeah, I think it's important that you know how to control all of that. Like you said, like when I was.
Hey, call me back because I got to pick up on the other. I got to pick up on the road because it's not coming to my system. Just call me back in 2 seconds.
Okay.
All right. Yes. Okay. Here you go.
Mark Vincent or nephew Mark Vincent.
Okay. Here we go. Hello. Hello. Okay. Here we go. Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. You're coming through my system now. I'm good. Yeah. But go ahead and give me your perspective on. Go ahead. Give me your perspective on it.
I could barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's like it was echoing. It was better doing the FaceTime.
You wasn't coming through my Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so go ahead and tell me your perspective on it. This is recording.
So my perspective on female getting the bag, like, yeah, I mean, obviously when you're younger, you just you're not aware of it. Now I think men have gotten more keen to it,
Yes.
and I do think females are finding different ways to get the bag now. You know, I mean, I've known, and when I say different ways to get the bag, I mean I've known females where like they've been with the guy for years, married, they're successful, the guy's successful, you know, and then as soon as that, a lot of time passes by where they know they're getting an allotment, you know, or I want to file for divorce.
Yes.
And it's just like, what the heck, you know what I'm saying? And I've known where females been with me past the allotment time where they can get a divorce, get the, you know, say an allotment or whatever. But, you know, they use other excuses as, oh, well, he's not there for me, you know what I'm saying, sexually as I wanted him to be, or,
Yes.
you know, he's not around that much. And I'm like, I mean, if the guy wasn't there working his butt off, you know what I'm saying, putting food on the table for you, you know what I'm saying, and helping you get your career too off, you know, because some of them do, you know, get help by the men get their career, you know what I'm saying, help get taken care of. And I'm like this, if the guy wasn't doing that, it's like you wouldn't be where you at, you know what I'm saying? But if, I don't know, I think it's no matter what, and this is not a dig at females, nothing like that, no matter what, it's just like, I have learned females are the most conniving creatures on earth. But and not all of them. Not all of them are like that. You know what I'm saying? There are some that are just like very like they're with you. I just think that you just have like it's hard to tell nowadays, especially now. It's really, in my opinion, it's really hard to tell who's with you, who's not. You know?
Yes.
I don't really know the exact divorce rates. You know,
it's somewhere around 78% in the United States, around 78%.
Oh, wow.
But just black men and women is around 30.8%.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's still high though.
Yes,
Still,
it's the highest. It's the highest among all living creatures.
Oh wow, wow, oh wow, that's really high.
Yes.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy. But that just shows you, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't. Not everybody are like that, but that just shows you doesn't matter how much money you have, either, you know what I'm saying, or does it, you can still be, you know what I'm saying, be God, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying, even you start from the bottom and then, you know, that person's with you, you get it. It's like you can't tell who's out the bag or who's not.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it made it so hard. It's like, it's really like untelling, like, well, what are you supposed to do? You know, so how, you know, like, I'm not gonna lie. For instance, you said you do your thing once, now I do my thing, so I'm not gonna lie. But there's a particular right now female that I, you know, talk to here and there, you know, and like me, I particularly said, hey, look, I'm not looking for, you know what I'm saying, a friends with benefit type of thing. You know, I'm looking for actually somebody, you know, to be in a relationship with, you know?
Uh-huh.
Well, 1 month go by, you know what I'm saying, 2 months go by, you know what I'm saying, about 2.5 months go by, you know what I'm saying, bring it up to him, like, hey, yo, like, what's going on between us, you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, I met you, you know what I'm saying, you met me, we've been, you know, I'm going out, you know what I'm saying, I'm buying all the time, I'm going out, what's not, you know, we doing our thing, what's not, our kids and that, like, are we together or not, you know?
Yeah.
And come to find out that she was actually talking to another guy that had way more money.
Wow.
You know?
So I mean, I think that's the biggest thing in all of this is a woman's nature is hypergamy. She's going to go after the strongest, biggest, tallest, rich. That's the nature of a woman. If the woman wasn't created that way, like men, we are created to provide, protect, and cover. A woman is created to be the helpmeet, but she wants to be the helpmeet of the biggest, baddest, strongest alpha male that she can, encapsulate. So
Yeah.
That's the nature of a woman. So when you're in your teens and 20s and 30s, you don't really get it until you're around 35, 36, unless you've been doing it in your teens and 20s, been dealing with women. That's why in one of my other podcasts, I said, if a man haven't been with a woman for 5 consecutive years under the same roof, which is 20 seasons, there's 4 seasons in a year, 5 times 20. If a man haven't been with a woman for 20 full seasons under the same roof, he hasn't been educated yet.
No, he hasn't. And like I say, even still, even if he has, it's just,
You're never gonna know. You're never gonna know everything about a woman. That's unbelievable. That's impossible. But to know a little bit about a woman, it's gonna take at a minimum 5 years to be under the same roof with her for about 5 years, which is 20 seasons.
Right.
Yeah.
It's going to at least take 5 years to do, and like I say, it's still a hit or miss at that point, which sucks.
It is.
It sucks. It sucks. So it really does suck that it's still like, you never know, because like I said, by seeing people, were just like, all right, they've been together for 15 years, and all of a sudden, they're not happy because their significant other is not home that much, actually putting food on the table.
Uh-huh.
So what do you got to complain about?
Yeah. I mean, it's the nature. It's the nature of a woman. So yeah, I got some more calls coming through, but I appreciate you giving me a call and giving me your opinion on this, because this is one of those ineffable topics which is unexplainable, because you can never understand a woman. That's why the Bible calls a woman, calls wisdom, she. She is the wisdom. So you can never comprehend wisdom. You can never get enough of it. So that's just the way it is.
It took me, to be honest with you, took me probably like when I was 37, 40, going on 43 next month.
Uh-huh.
I didn't really understand a woman until I knew the gist of it, but to really, really understand it, until I was 37.
Yeah, it takes a man a while to get comfortable and say, hey, instead of lashing out at a woman verbally or physically, to get comfortable with a woman's nature, it's going to take a man a minute to take a deep breath, say, that's just the nature of a woman. She's totally different from us. She's totally different. We are generous. We want to give. We want to protect. We want to provide. We want to cover. A woman get money. Her money is her money, and your money is her money. That's just the way it is, man. So as long as you can be comfortable with that, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I don't. Yes, that's true. But I figure like this, the men that are comfortable with that is because of the fact that they also have other side pieces on the side.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If a man is comfortable with the woman just, just want, he's buying it, 9 times out of 10, he have another chick on the side that he's providing for too, that's actually giving him what he really wants.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Plus what he wants, plus what he needs.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, for those men, yeah, if you rich like that, you can afford to do that. Kudos to you,
Yeah, but biblically speaking, that was the way it was in the biblical days. For some reason, all of that got taken out of the Bible context, and it came down to one woman and one man. I don't know who did that, but it's done. It is done. But there's a lot of side women, and there's a lot of women that love being side women because they don't have to deal with the man 24/7. When they see him, it's happy times. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of women that want to be side women. That's why I always say the 304 and the housewife are congruent. They're both essential. So I don't put them down. I don't judge them. I just know what I need and what I want at this age for the rest of my life. I just know it.
Yeah, I don't judge a female either if she's like that. Like I tell a female, like even particular female that I was just, talking to her now. Like I told her, it's like, hey, if that's your business friends and benefits, just let me know straight up.
Yes.
I'm cool with that. So it's like, hey, that means there's no ties. I don't have to, be like, all right, cool. Or I buy this, do that, you know what I'm saying? Put effort into the relationship. It's like, all right, cool. You give me what I want, I give you what you need.
Yeah.
That's perfect. You know what I'm saying? I also think too, though, the internet, like Instagram, messed us all up, the relationship thing all up too.
Listen, man, you've been a child. Everybody been a child before. You're going to the store, your mom say, you don't get nothing that I can't afford. You're going to get 2 pieces of candy. And that's it. Now, the candy is in your hand, meaning the phone, and it's infinite. It's 8 billion people on planet Earth. So the woman got 2.9 billion men to pick from, and we got, 8 billion minus 2.9, we got like 5.1 billion, 4.1 billion to pick from. So that's a lot of picking for us to do, but the men are so weak, they don't understand the numbers.
No, they don't.
They don't understand the numbers.
And I think it's important that as a man, especially, even as a woman, but like as a man, know your worth.
Yes. But the average man can't do it. Until he gets a little age and a little money, because money, let me put it like this. I'm not no rich guy, but I've made a lot of money in my life. So I don't chase the win. I don't chase the win no more. I'm chasing peace. So I tell women all the time, my peace of mind is greater than a piece of pussy. That's the bottom line. So when you at that age and stage in life where you can control self, still knowing that I love, need, and want a woman, I don't capitulate and jump on and snap on every woman that wants me.
That's true. But a little side note though, like from the female that I was, talking to, right?
Uh-huh.
Now she knew that the guy that that had way more money than me, but I ain't gonna lie, he was pretty rich, but he bought a house where he used to stay near his near all his exes and everything, what's not, in Laguna Beach, and she realized that she couldn't compete with his exes.
Yeah.
So now she tried to circle back around to me. I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah, she couldn't grab hold of the other branch, and she's jumping down to the lower branch, which is a man who is a regular man. Ain't nothing wrong with a regular. Hell, I'm a regular man.
Yeah.
But they want to keep going up. But I say again, that's a woman's nature. And once you get it, it's almost like walking into a classroom and you already know the answers to the test.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. It's all right. But yeah, man, I got some more callers calling in, but I really appreciate you giving me a call and giving me your take on this sticky situation. I'll commit until the end of your money.
All right, then.
All right, take care, man.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, but this is a situation where we are talking about a lot of stuff here, giving different perspectives. But it's quite interesting, and I'm looking forward to hearing from a woman's point of view, a woman's perspective on this, because right now it does a man no good to marry. It's a lose-lose situation. For them, it's a win-win situation. Either they want to stay or they want to go. If they stay, they can say, hey, they can wake up one day and say, no, what? It's raining. I don't want you no more, and leave and take all your stuff, half your stuff anyway. And I'd like to correct myself on what I said. I've said divorce rate was at 78%. That's women pulling the plug on divorces. It's around 78 to 80%. But the divorce rate is around 52%. But of that 52%, 30.8% of the black community, the women are divorced. 30.8%. That's freaking high. So yeah, the women are pulling the plug, so they have nothing to lose. They only have something to gain if they pull the plug. But this is what I have to tell the young guys. And anybody that's listening on the sound of my voice, you have to take your time and inspect what you expect. If you can't take your time and inspect what you expect, she got you. she got you. Because she's going to inundate you with her pleasures, knowing that you cannot take your time to inspect what you expect. And one of the superpowers we have simply is walking away. At the genesis of meeting a woman, especially when you get older, because you've been around the block, you've been around a bit. You're not no young person that don't know left from right or right from wrong. But once you meet a woman, within 30 minutes or less, you'll know if she's real or fake. If you want to really give her your most limited resource, which is your time. Because what ultimately is in a woman's heart is going to come out her mouth. That's all you got to do is listen. And vice versa, from us to a woman and a woman to a man. But I'm speaking from a man's point of view here. If we do not have the patience to look, listen, and hear what's really coming out of her mouth, because what's in her heart is going to come out of her mouth. A leopard cannot change his spots. So if you cannot take your time to inspect what you expect, this is what I do now. I don't even waste no time. I simply ask a woman, do you believe in gender roles? If she catch a conniption or become corybantic and in a frenzy, just simply say, it's nice meeting you, and walk away. That's all you got to do is ask the question, do you believe in gender roles? That will set most women off who are not about real relationships, man and woman being like this. That will set them off. So I asked that question really quickly. Hey, I'm such and such, I'm looking for a good woman. Hey, I'm tired of all the smash and dash. I'm mature man. I'm ready to really lock down someone, make her an honest woman, and let us just roll into the sunset together. Before I go further, do you believe in gender roles? Oh, what are you talking about? And she goes snapping off. That's when you know she's not the one. So to me, that is very easy to take your time, simply ask the questions, and if that one question sends her into a frenzy, you already know she's not the one. And if she pretends to act like, sure, I love gender roles, as the woman supposed to be a helpmeet to man, this is when you start to inspect what you expect. Because if she believes in gender roles, you'll be able to clearly see if she's going to be a helpmeet. I'm going to give you an example. I got married when I was 26 years old. I never forget, I was quarantined before I went off to Korea because I was about to go to Korea. And I took the young lady out 15 times. It took me 15 times to take her out before she bought me a mere ice cream cone. So it was 15-1, not counting anything because I'm a man. I don't really count. But I just realized, hindsight 2020, it took me 15 times to take the young woman out. And then on the 16th time, she bought me an ice cream cone. And that's when I was like, wow, that's a lot of taking out to get an ice cream cone. Just as like, hey, to just say, hey, you're giving, I'm giving too, But hey, I say again, a woman's nature is different from a man's. So at 53, I totally understand it and I get it. And it doesn't even frustrate me now. Matter of fact, when I see it, I'll be like, thank God I can see now. I had eyes, but I couldn't see. When I was in my 20s and 30s, I was blinded by the flesh. So now the flesh doesn't blind me. I got eyes they see and ears that hear. And I just know myself and I know what I need and what I desire. And I desire a helpmeet. But I say again, I got a big family. I have 6 sisters. And I never forget, before I got married, when I was I was 26, one of my sisters asked me, she says, Mark, she says, when I got divorced, she said to me, she says, Marquise, never show a woman the full deck of your cards. She says, let her earn every card in your deck. When she said that to me, that stuck with me. Here it is now. I've been divorced now for 12 years, but that stuck with me. A woman would not get all 52 cards in my deck. She will get one card at a time, and she will have to earn that card. Because being a dynamic young man that I am, I have a lot to offer a woman other than just some tube steak. So, but the times have changed so much. That's all women want is tube steak. They don't want anything meaningful. They don't want anything everlasting or lasting longer than a night with them. Listen, man, in my experience, I've been there, done it, trust me. But in my experience, the less you have as a man, the less scruples you have, the less self-control you have, the less money you have, the less education you have, they're going to love you. The women are going to love you because they can control you with their flesh and with their money. And they're going to say, you're beneath me because you don't have a degree, money, or any of the pertinent things or essential things to sustain your life. And you're supposed to be the man. So she's going to take your energy. She's going to take your time, and she's going to disrespect you on top of that as if you're a son that she can have sex with. That sounds so crazy, but it's happening every day in the black community. It is happening every freaking day. They call them Pookie and Ray Ray or Boogaloo and Batman or whoever they call them. They call them F-boys. They know an F-boy when they see one, but they know a real man who stands flat-footed, 10 toes down, who has a mission. And the mission is still to stop and smell the roses when he wants to and when he needs to. But when he's waking up from dusk to dawn and chasing the split tail all day long, she got him. Because she knows he doesn't have any direction. He doesn't have any discipline. He doesn't have anything going for him. I can bring him in and treat him like a yo-yo. Women love that. I'm being honest with you guys. Women love that. So I'm just going to let you know, if a man doesn't have, the less he has, the more women he's going to attract, period. The more he has, meaning he sustains his life, got a shelter, got car, got a job, got a little piece of money, and he has some discipline, but he still knows he loves and needs a woman. That woman feels like she got to step up to the plate and be better because this man has character. So the woman that loves that type of dude who has nothing, she can treat him like a yo-yo. But at the same time, if they got married, she's going to get tired of him. But at the same time, if they got married, she's going to know he don't have nothing. Nothing but the third leg that's hanging between his two legs. That's it. So on the back end, if she marries a man with nothing and he continues to be just an F-boy, she's going to get tired of that. And once she divorces him, she can't take anything because he came with nothing. So the woman who gets with a man who has his life established, she can win on the front end and the back end. The front end, she can love bomb him, give him all the sex he needs, rope him in, and then poof, like a puff of smoke, all of that loving is gone. But they're still under the same roof. They're still married. Next thing you know, he's thinking, wait a minute, what happened? What happened is the woman already know she gonna leave before, she knows she gonna leave before you. You're the last to find out. You're in reactive mode. You're reacting to her forethoughts, her forethinking. She's gonna give you what you want, or what you need, or what you used to need. Because one of the preachers says he sees a lot of women giving men what they used to need. Now, don't get me wrong. Hey, we still living. We still got juice. We still got teeth to bite. So we're always going to want and need a woman, but not just physically. As we get older, we need her emotionally, spiritually, physically, and just a regular TLC. That TLC is priceless. That TLC is like being the biggest cheerleader you ever met in your life. And that cheerleader cheers you on, you feel like Hercules. I know I do. But the bottom line is, when a woman marries a man who has his stuff together, she can win on the front end and then on the back end. The front end, she gets all the loving. She love bombs him. Next thing you know, everything is blissful. Time goes on, he's boring. He doesn't excite me anymore. He doesn't get the juices flowing. In her head, she already know when she's gonna leave. You're still thinking, hey, we got to talk about this. We can get this together. We can straighten this out. She already know she's gonna leave, and when she leaves, she's gonna take half of your stuff. She's gonna take half your stuff. Everything you ever worked for, she's gonna take half your stuff. And if you've been married in most states, in most cases, 10 years or more, you're gonna have to pay her for the rest of your life via alimony. If you got kids, you have to pay that for 18 years. So she gonna win on the front end with you and win on the back end. So if a man doesn't get out early in life and start connecting and talking to women, it can backfire on him. I was one of them. My mindset was to get the hell out of the ghetto. I love where I'm from, but I wanted to get out of there. One of my coach told me, he said, hey man, you could be from the ghetto, but you don't have to act like it. And that stuck with me. When that stuck with me, I realized, I said, hey man, I'm glad I came from the ghetto, but I got a little brain just as much as a mustard seed. And that little brain got me out of the ghetto, but I always go back home because that's where the heart is. The heart is still there. But the bottom line is, it is a lot of bag chasing. And the bag chasing is ruining families. You got the family, then you got the community, then you got the city, the state. It's a effect. That one family, community, city, it's a snowball effect. So what people do in their homes, it's going to impact the community, the city, the state. It's a ripple effect. It's a serious ripple effect. But yeah, man, they're trying to change the laws. Hopefully they change the laws to make this sort of, not even, but at least give a man a leg up. Give him an arm, give him a bone or something with some meat on it. Because right now, men are waking up. Back when I was coming up in the 80s, we didn't have what we have now, where a regular man can talk on the internet and educate other men about the way of a woman. We didn't know. We had all of these songs, treat her like a lady, all these good songs, but all this stuff was teaching us to get ready to be pummeled because we was treating them right, but no woman was being taught to treat us right. So it's just weird, man. It's weird. So all I can say is this. Men need women. Women need men. It might not be this man, but women need a man. The order of things right now are out of order. In the black community, it has run amok. Men don't know how to be men. They think they want to be women, and women want to be men. To the point where, listen, man, I wish I could walk up to meet a woman one day and she just brag on what a woman's supposed to do. I'm 53 years old. I've never met one woman in my life that come up to me in a conversation and say, I'm a woman. I'm supposed to do this for my man and this for my man and this. A woman supposed to do. I've never, ever met such woman. Never. So I pray that I can at least meet a woman that don't come up to me and say she's an independent woman. She comes up to me and in an intellectually stimulating conversation, she's articulating to me what she, individual woman, supposed to do for her husband. I never met a woman like that ever in my life. That's crazy, but it's true. So most men, I can speak for myself because my late father, oh man, my father taught us a lot. He taught his 5 sons a lot and his daughters. But I know he taught me, don't you ever half step to a woman. You take a full 30-inch step. And it took me some time to realize what he was saying, but basically he was saying, you have your stuff together. Don't step halfway to a woman without having your stuff together. Because as a man, you're supposed to provide, protect, and cover. We're supposed to do those things. And it's inherent in us. We just have to have a man, i.e. our fathers, to hone those skills, sharpen those skills. Because we come to the earth, it's already inscribed on the tablet of our hearts. It's there. We're generous. You meet a selfish man, he's an anomaly. Trust me. Most men want to give you the shirts off their back. But for some reason, you're weak. You're too nice. You're friend-zoned. Until the woman gets around 45, 55, that's when she wants that man who would die for her, who would give her the shirt off his back. Probably a little too late. I said probably because it could happen. I'm going to give you an example. One of my many cousins got married, and she's 57. Her marriage gave me hope that middle-aged men and women are still marrying. It's few and far between, but at least I saw one in the family, middle-aged, still vibrant, still beautiful, got married. I was so happy for her. I was happy for her. But yeah, man, I just wanted to bring this to the world's attention, that chasing a bag versus chasing the heart of that individual person, whether you're a man courting a woman authentically, with sincerity and honestly, or you're a woman that's allowing a man to court you. If you're doing it sincerely and honestly and giving him a fair shot, glory be to God. But I say again, at 53 years old, I've met not one woman that came to me and said, I am a woman who is a helpmate. This is what I'm supposed to do for my husband. Not one. Not one. I'm 53 years old. So that's it's sad, but it's the truth. So I'm gonna articulate the truth. But yeah, I say again, this feels good to be able to articulate my understanding of what I've been through and tried to educate young men about the way of a woman. The way of a woman, once you get comfortable with it versus lashing out at it, you can handle them. You can handle them mentally. But if you can't understand that way of a woman, meaning she wants the biggest, baddest, handsomest, tallest man, if you can't understand that concept, you're going to have some issues. You're going to have some issues. So every woman has their own standard or their own thing of what they love. That's their prerogative. Every man has one. Hey, I like a woman this, and this, and she got to be this, and this. That's fine. But I just know now the superficial stuff is down here. The non-superficial stuff, what's in her heart, how she treats me, how generous she is way up. And the intangibles versus the tangibles. The tangibles down here, intangibles up here. So the paradigm switched as I got older. They switched. So if your paradigm didn't switch, if you 45 plus and the paradigm hasn't switched yet, that you want something tangible and you chasing what you can touch and feel versus what you can't touch and feel, what's in her heart, how she treats you, how she responds to you, how she cares for you. If that paradigm hasn't switched yet, by the time you're 45, you're going to be that man that's chasing the tangibles till the day you die. 9 times out of 10. You're going to be that type of man who's chasing flesh until the day you die. So, to each his own. To each his own. I don't judge nobody. I just know me. That paradigm switched. Trust me. And I thank God it did, because I was shallow. I was chasing flesh. I was chasing flesh like I don't know what. But I got out of it. I outgrew it, but I still love, need, and want a woman. So I didn't let what I went through jade my heart. Most men, I can't say, but I can speak for myself. I didn't let it jade my heart. Yes, I didn't let what I went through jade my heart. I just learned from it. So in essence, that was the best lesson I ever had. So the best instructor I ever had was probably my ex-wife. Yes. But without all of that stuff I went through, I wouldn't be the man I am today, stronger, mentally, spiritually, stronger. And I can control self because I know the way of a woman now. So those are essential things. But I say again, woman chasing the bag. That's all I hear. That's all I see. And that's quite shallow. Especially if you 35 plus and really in your heart you know you need a good man. If you're chasing the bag, you'll probably be alone for the rest of your life. Well, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. It's almost 45 minutes until this. But the next podcast we're going to talk about something that the men need to hear. And it's called dick discipline. Listen, men don't understand that is critical. That is critical to be around a woman, even if you know she's your weakness, to have dick discipline. If you don't have that, you're up the creek without a paddle. I didn't always have it. I got it now. So I'm going to really get deep into that. I'm going to do a deep dive into that because it's a lot of brothers out here don't have a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of because they have no dick discipline. So that's the next topic of discussion. It's the 4 benefits of dick discipline. Until next time, we're gonna call it a night. We're gonna call it a night here. But I just want to let everybody know, thanks for giving me 2 views. Thanks for the caller that called in. This is my fourth podcast, and I do them every 1st and the 15th of every month at 9 p.m. So the next one, until then, hey, have a good night.